Happy weekend. Welcome to the Tom Styles Show. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's a weekend edition, so today we're going to do a react video. It's going to be a short video. It's my reaction on the sentencing of Elizabeth Holmes. And a lot of people ask me about this. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? First of all, she should be jailed. That's perfectly fine. That I agree with. Now, speaking of which, 11 years and 2 months, I don't know, that's a little too much. I think that's a little too much. The thing is, I totally get it. This is not in her defense. This is no defense for her or anything. I was expecting 4.5. That's what I was thinking. Okay, 4.5, 5 max, 5.5. Okay, that's where it goes. But 11, it's a decade, man. That's a little too much. Now the thing is, and the reason I'm saying this is, we are always working with entrepreneurs. Always working with startups, talking to the founders. And when I see these founders that are dropping out of Harvard, dropping out of MIT, dropping out of Stanford at age 19, age 20, age 18, they're leaving everything. They're coming to build something. They're trying to solve a problem. I'm blown away, I'm just mesmerized by that. And I don't want them to, go back in and say, their parents are going to say, hey, if you fail, you might even go to jail for a decade. You don't get your education, you don't have a degree, you have a failed startup, you lost other people's money, and now you're in jail. Your life is over. If that becomes kind of the talking point for parents and, other people, these entrepreneurs might feel a little bit, they might not be very excited. We need to encourage people to take the risk. And that's what we are all about, right? We want to be a risk taker as a country. We want to take risk. We want to break things. We want to break, and then we want to build, right? Building never happens unless we break things. So, again, this is not, I'm not defending what she did, the defrauding and all that. That's, of course she should be jailed. Entrepreneurs are not in the path of defrauding people. They're just trying to create things. And having said that, I would say, everybody exaggerates a little bit, right? And, they have done it to the whole extreme level, but everybody exaggerates, their startup, okay, it can do this, that, venture capitalists, they kind of know. And in her case, Elizabeth Holmes, the investors already knew that the Silicon Valley folks, actually the VCs, did not put much attention, did not put much money. They did not lose anything out of these deals because the VCs already kind of know that, hey, the prick, and you're going to get all kinds of data from that. We don't think so. So the VCs already kind of knew, so they kind of rejected her, and then she went in and got money anyways from very, very wealthy people. Now, with this sentencing, these wealthy people, they don't care. They don't even want their name to be appearing there, Angel investment or Series A, these investments, you always lose money. If you make investments in 10 companies, out of that 9 will disappear for sure. One might make it, but probably not gonna be the next Facebook. This is so. Angel investment, you already know it. And also, for angel investors, you need to be an accredited investor. You can't just walk in and say, hey, here's all my life savings. I want to put it in Theranos. Really? That's not how it works. You got to fill out paperwork. You got to be an accredited investor. You got to have at least 200K yearly income for the last 2 years. Or if you're a couple, you gotta have like 300K combined. Or outside your primary home, you at least gotta have $1 million in asset in order to be an accredited investor, in order to actually invest in these companies. So for you, if you lost 10 grand or 100 grand, you already knew what you're doing, right? And everybody loses money, everybody learns from it, everybody figures out. You lose some, you gain some, right? This is not probably sending the right message that the timing is way too long for a decade. Somebody going to jail, that's a little too harsh, I think. And also, this a lot of people are like, oh, how about the patients? Dude, relax. Walgreens, you go pick up your Tylenol, you go pick up your allergy medication, and next to it there's a Theranos thing, and you're like, hey, let's get pricked. Let's see what the result says. And the result comes out, oh, you might be pre-diabetic, or you have the chances of this, chances of that. And what do? You go to the doctor. You get tested at LabCorp. You go to Quest Diagnostics. You get tested like 5 times before you start taking any medication, start taking any action. I'm not sure whether you're gonna get pricked and we're like, oh my God, I gotta change my life decision tomorrow. This is it. Everything changed. No, nobody does that, right? It's just like people might get tested and like, okay, let's see how it is. It's like Ancestry.com or something, you try to figure it out, but probably not 100% accurate. And so these people, she was diluting the blood, she was using other machines, the Edison never worked and things like that. The thing is, and before you were even an investor in this, you gotta see their board is filled with political people, the military folks. Like, this is a tech company. This is a biotech people. You're going to need the biotech professors. You're going to need the people that are in biotech, not the military people. What are you going to do with the politicians? So whenever you see that, you already know you're definitely not getting your money back. That's not happening. That's a pretty simple way to gauge whether you're going to invest there or not. Now, if you want some popularity, you want to put in some money and, you're going to see how it goes, sure. I'm sure Rupert Murdoch is looking at it like, oh my God, my name is shown up there. I lost 125 million. The guy's worth $20 billion. If he wakes up in the morning and the market is a little down, he loses a few hundred million easy. If the market is a little up, he gains a few hundred million. These people don't care about a loss of $100 million. That's ridiculous. And I'm sure he's gonna give out another 100 million to charity to not feel the guilt of this of losing money. Angel investment is like that. This is and then people are like, oh, but Walgreens lost money, they were defrauded. Dude, Walgreens makes 120 billion a year. They lost 100 million. I think they gave her 140 million or so, and out of that they got back like some back, and they probably lost 100 million or something. That's nothing for them. Do you know Wall Street just not Wall Street, Walgreens just bought Summit Health for 9.5 billion. Everybody thought they're gonna buy it for like 5 billion or so. Amazon was trying to buy it. Like, they could very well be losing couple of billion easy on that merger or mergers and acquisition deal, but they're still doing it. They gotta stay up to date. They gotta be in the game, right? It's these companies, they're not super concerned about that. Now, patients could be defrauded. They could feel that. They might have gone to the doctor. They might have gone to LabCorp and Quest Diagnostics. So I understand that, and this is not defending, oh, she should not be jailed. She should be in prison, and the startup founders should understand there is a difference between exaggerating a little bit versus defrauding. So that's totally good, but the timing is a little too long. That's all I'm saying. So don't get too mad at me because I'm saying, the timing, I think it's a little too much. But yeah, that's about Elizabeth Holmes. This is kind of the breaking news, and this is my reaction video. We don't have the Mr. Beast reaction set up, so I don't really know how to react to those kind of stuff. So whatever I see, and if enough people ask me, hey, what do you think about this, then I do a reaction video. So that's all. Thank you very much for joining us. Once again, this is the Tom Style Show. Please subscribe. Thank you.